Come on, Murray.
Whatever you do, just don't tell Lloyd about
Look,
this,
I've been very clear with you, all right? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You built something very commendable here, and it's been good for my soul. But I don't
want to discuss this now.
Stop. Let me say something. It's been good for my soul to see this up close in person.
I don't want to.
But I'm not a shoe salesman. I'm not a shoe salesman.
Well, see, I don't want to discuss this.
No, but I do want to discuss it now, because when I'm back from my trip, this is over. I'm not coming back here and doing this. Speaking of which, can we settle up now? I gotta buy my plane ticket.
We'll settle at closing.
I wanted to see the travel agent on my lunch break.
You'll never come back after your lunch break.
That's what you think of me?
Yes.
You think I would go and I just not come back?
I said settle at closing, okay?
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
It clicked. Welcome. This is episode 39 of the Flick the Script podcast. My name is Derek Mitchell, of course. I just want to say thank you once again for tuning in. You could be anywhere in the world right now, literally anywhere in the world right now, but you are tuned in to listening to me talk about movies once again. And I appreciate that. So thank you for tuning in to this podcast. As you can see, we are not stopping. We have more movies and more movies to talk about. And also, I just want to say, I appreciate all the listeners out there who've been listening since day one. I appreciate all the new listeners as well. Thank you for subscribing, following. If you haven't been following or subscribing to social media, all you got to do is go on Google, type in Flicked the Script podcast. All of our socials will pop up. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, you name it. We're everywhere. Twitter, or also known as X. We're all over the place. So wherever you can fit in, wherever you can lock in with us on, go ahead and lock in. Follow us, subscribe. Feel free to share however you can. We would definitely appreciate that always. Also, feel free to, if you want to send a message or if you want to at us or with any questions or anything like that, feel free to do so. We will be responding to those as well. Messages, everything. We don't ignore anything from our listeners. So if you have any questions or if you just want to show some love, we'll show that back all the time. So let's go ahead and get into this episode. This is episode 39, as I mentioned earlier. And this is Marty Supreme. We're going to talk about the movie Marty Supreme. The duration on this movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes. Directed by Josh Safdie. Starring Timothée Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, Odessa, Kevin O'Leary, Tyler Okonma, a.k.a. Tyler the Creator, Abel Ferrara, Fran Drescher, and of course, many other talented actors and actresses as well. Now, what is Marty Supreme about? Now, I know you've been seeing the marketing and advertising for this movie. What is it about? It's based in the 1950s about a young guy named Marty Mauser who pursues his dream of becoming a champion ping pong player. And he feels like he's the best. He's very ambitious, and he's not giving up on this dream of being the best ping pong player in the world. He wants to be the best. And with that being said, it goes to this whole story of him pretty much doing whatever it takes to get there. He makes it known hey, I don't want to work a regular 9-to-5 job. He started off as a shoe salesman, and he's like, you know what? I'm not trying to be a shoe salesman. I'm trying to play table tennis, ping pong. That's where my heart is at. And along his journey, people are like, are you serious? That's what you're trying to do? You're trying to be a ping pong champion? Is that even a sport? And people are doubting him. They're doubting his dream. And he's saying, hey, I'm going to be on the cover of the Wheaties box. That's how big this sport is. And I'm going to be the face of it. Now, with this movie, I will say I'm a huge fan of A24. I always like A24's movies. I like their style. The way they film their movies is it has this classic, retro feel to it. A lot of their movies have that feel to it. That's what I like. I will say with this movie, I wasn't really. I will say with Marty Mauser's character, I gotta admit he was very arrogant. Kind of came off as annoying on some parts, but I get it. He was just feeling him. He was feeling himself, very confident. But at some points, I was like, okay, he's kind of annoying. He's kind of loudmouth, and he doesn't know when to shut up sometimes. So I didn't like some scenes where he just didn't know when to shut up. I will say too, I didn't really understand how there's a lot of 80s music playing within this movie, but it's based in the 1950s. That kind of threw me off a little bit. And I spoke to someone else about this, and they said the same thing. They're like, well, I don't understand that either. Why they have the 80s music? And I was like, I don't get that. So I haven't really looked into that or read anything about that. But it's just, at the moment, it's still something I don't understand about why they used 80s music instead of choosing, some 1950s music. They could have added some good 50s music in there instead of the 80s music. Not to knock the songs that they chose. There was some good 80s songs, but I just don't understand why they didn't choose 50s music. With this movie, this is a movie I went into. I already knew pretty much what it was about. The acting, I will say this too, the acting was great. Gwyneth Paltrow, of course, legend status. Great actress. Acting was great. Fran Drescher, great actress. Great. Timothée Chalamet, he's a newer act. I'm still getting familiar with him. He did a great job, I will say. Even though I didn't like the character he played, he did great at the acting part of it. It was also cool to see Tyler, the Creator, acting. He had his acting debut. I thought he did his thing as well. I feel like if he decides to stay in acting, he's only going to get better. You could tell this is kind of like his first step into it, but I feel like if he decides to take on acting and pursues it more, he's definitely somebody who will get better. So it was pretty cool seeing him. Kevin O'Leary was in the movie. You may know him from Shark Tank. I thought he did a great job as well. For someone who's not really in movies like that, he did quite well. So overall, the acting in this movie was really good from everyone. I enjoyed that part. I wasn't too really sold on the story as much. And like I said, the whole music was throwing me off all throughout the movie. I wasn't a fan of the whole Marty Mauser character himself. So that I wasn't really feeling. But with that being said, overall, I got to give the movie on a scale from 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's a movie. I don't just say this just to say it. It's a movie that's worth checking out. It's once again, it's about ping pong, but it's a movie worth checking out. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I wouldn't just tell you that just to tell you. But for me, I've seen it once. I thought it was cool, and I'm good. Wasn't one of my favorites, but also wasn't like a bad movie, if that makes sense. So if you haven't seen Marty Supreme, go ahead and check it out. Feel free to let me know what you think about it. Feel free to shoot a message at me and a comment or something. Let me know what you think. Feel free to reach out to the Flick the Script podcast anytime. Once again, this is episode 39. We're talking about Marty Supreme. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode, episode 40, which will be 28 years later, the Bone Temple. So look out for that. I will see you then.